To begin the quest, Den of Thieves, we return to the Fighters Guild headquarters in Coral, and the surly dark elf Modron Orion corrects.
I'm the Fighters Guild champion, Modron Orion.
Modron Orion. I thought it was Modron Orion. Why are you looking at me like that? I wanted some duties, Modron.
I don't have anything for you right now. Speak with Azzan or Grokash. Get some more seasoning, and maybe I'll have something. Or perhaps you're ready for advancement.
Hey, you didn't run out of duties because I got your name wrong, right? I think I'm ready for advancement.
I'm sorry. You're not yet ready for a promotion. Keep completing contracts, and take care of any assigned duties. Stay with it.
And thus, we're ejected from the guild's halls, having to find our way to Anvil for more contracts, and knowing deep in our soul it's because we mispronounced the Dour Dunmer's name. Arriving in Coral in the late evening, we find ourselves at the hall's entrance and are shocked to see a familiar figure by Azzan.
Can I help you, brother?
Oh, hello. Leave me alone.
Taking Maglir's advice, we then speak to the Red Guard, who greets between hacks.
Greetings. Looking for some more work, are you?
Oh yeah, I have completed so many contracts that Modron Orion sent me down here.
Good to see you're working hard. I've got some more thieves for you to deal with in Anvil.
More thieves? What's wrong with this town?
There have been a number of thefts in the area, and witnesses believe the thieves are holed up nearby. Check around and see what you can learn. I'm not sure the numbers you'll be dealing with, so I'm sending you with another new recruit, Maglir. I believe you two have already met.
Before we can protest, Azzan goes back to his hacking of the dummy.
Get moving. We need to get rid of those thieves.
And so we turn to the other dummy and he appraises.
Oh, it's you. Looks like we're working together.
Yeah, working. A contract. Do you even know what that is?
We've got one. Let's hope this one will pay well.
We? You have to finish it to get paid. Do you at least know anything about the thieves?
Sounds like we need to ask around Anvil for any clues. Figures we'd get a mission without any real direction. I'll follow you.
And it should quickly be noted that Maglir's dialogue stays the same regardless if you ratted him out previously or sided with him in the contract unfinished business.
Payday! Let's go!
We then attempt to complain about a coupling with Maglir a final time.
You two are supposed to be taking care of those thieves in Anvil. What is it you need?
I need somebody that'll actually help with the contract.
Get moving. You need to get rid of those thieves.
Forced to partner with the diminutive deserter, we exit the hall, but not before hearing rumors.
I hear Azzan plans to send both new recruits out on the next contract. You know what it's about? A den of thieves, near Anvil. Like that's news. There must be a dozen of them.
Once outside, Maglir mistakenly motivates.
Come on, let's get this mission done and get paid.
We can then actually instruct Maglir throughout our time together and say, wait here.
Hey, if you say so. You do all the work.
Of course, he predictably would rather stand around, or we can instead instruct. Come on, let's go.
Fine. Let's move. Payday! Let's roll!
Beginning our search for the thieves, we note in our journal. Azzan has given me a contract to find the lair of some thieves near Anvil. I'm to travel with another fairly new recruit, Maglir. I should go to Anvil first and see what information I can learn about the thieves. Making our way to the dock, where all good rumours begin, we bump into an unfortunate-looking vagrant, a Nord named Wilhelm the Worm, who explains of his moniker.
How do you do? They call me Wilhelm the Worm, because dirt suits me fine. Town lets me live in the warehouse to keep out the rats.
Well, being down in the docks, you must see a lot. With those big eyes of yours. I'm looking for some thieves.
A I don't think I know you well enough to tell you that.
We then realize Wilhelm needs a little bit of walking around money.
Thank you.
So you were saying about those thieves?
Can't say I know anything myself, but I heard that Newheim the Portly had some things stolen, and he's been asking around about it. Ask him.
Newheim the Portly. A lot of unflattering names around here. What do you know of the man?
Nice, friendly folk in Anvil. Even the Countess greets me in the street. Well, except for that Newheim the Portly. He's a mean old scrote.
Scrote. That is an absolutely wonderful descriptor.
Goodbye.
With that information, we turn to Maglir for his insight, and
Come on, let's get this mission done and get paid.
he gives us a rather pragmatic response.
Let's find this fat Newheim guy, whatever his name is. He apparently knows where these bandits are.
Payday! Let's roll!
We note in our journal, people in Anvil have suggested I speak with Newheim the Portly. He apparently had some goods stolen by the thieves. Waiting by the warehouse where Wilhelm resides until morning, we awaken to hear two Nords having a rowdy discussion about the local going-ons. Fitting the description with his rather rotund head and muscly body, seeing as Oblivion only has one body type, which is funny that they put all the fat in his face.
Well met. Heard any news from the other provinces? Nothing I'd like to talk about. Bye. You too. You look like a bright one.
We question, Newheim?
Hell, what can Newheim the Portly do for you?
Well, I heard some thieves have been giving you problems down here. Know anything?
Aye, I know about those scum. Rotten bastards robbed me blind, they did. Stole a family heirloom. Bunch of Bosmer, if you can believe it. No offense to your friend, of course. Last I heard, they were holed up in Hrota cave, not too far from here.
And you mentioned an heirloom being stolen.
Took my flagon, they did. Passed down to me from my father Rolf, and from his father Torvald. It's a wondrous cup. Keeps ale cold and sweet. Been drinking from a lousy wooden tankard since. It's just not the same. If you can find it, you'd have the gratitude of Newheim the Portly.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for that mug. Sorry, whereabouts is this Hrota cave you spoke of?
You'll find it north of Anvil. Good luck, and give it to those bastards good.
Thank you for the guidance.
You go get 'em, and whip their asses for Newheim.
Maglir, unaffected by the barbs about Bosma, then states,
Come on, let's get this mission done and get paid.
Well, you're itching to take on those Bosma thieves. It doesn't bother you to kill your kinsmen?
Sounds like we'll find the bandits in Hrota Cave.
Payday! Let's roll!
Well, payday, I guess. Only thing Maglir cares about is the money. Our quest then updates in two ways. First is our Fighters Guild quest, which reads, Newheim has told me that the thieves are all Bosma and may be located in Hrota Cave, north of the city of Anvil. Maglir and I should travel there and take care of them. However, a second separate quest that we could only encounter if we had probed further about Newheim's flagon reads, Newheim has mentioned that he had a family heirloom, a pewter flagon stolen by the thieves. If I return it to him, he'll reward me. Taking our horse from the stable, we begin to head north up the Gold Road, with Maglir in his heavy iron armor doing his best to keep up. Just on the side of the hill, we find in the side of a rock is a wooden door, and it seems this bandit hideout is overlooking Anvil just a stone's throw from the main gate. Once inside, we put out our torch and turn to Maglir, and he states,
Come on, let's get this mission done and get paid.
You're not worried about how many of them there are?
Let's get rid of these guys so we can get paid.
Payday! Let's roll!
Well, it seems Maglir's not going to renege on this contract. Maybe we shouldn't be worried about Bosmer if he isn't. Attempting to creep around the cave to get a drop on these bandits, we first head through a tunnel to our right that collapses near us.
The death of Uriel Septon. Take care.
Hearing voices nearby. We then begin to make our way through the snaking tunnel and through a wooden door, and it should be noted as we search this cavern for the flagon of Newheim that there's a lot of miscellaneous goods, trash, and really low-level items peppered throughout this dungeon, so I'm not going to focus on what's inside the chests or barrels, as you can expect to find a smattering of miscellaneous goods versus something worthwhile, though to the credit of the cave designers, it does feel lived in, as we soon find out why. Heading through the tunnel that snakes to the right, we find a rock wall and voices behind, and encounter some Bosma that lie in wait.
Wherever it was, it's gone now.
Hello? This ends here!
You're pathetic.
This ends
This
here!
is the part where you...
Surprised that Maglir got his hands dirty in the brawl, we then begin to search through their effects and continue up the northwestern wall, seeing the remnants of a structure of the mineshaft. Behind a wooden door, we then encounter a trio of angry Bosma.
Let's get this over with! Run while you can!
Seeing that there was one bandit left lying in wait, we attempt to loose an arrow that would hopefully find its mark in his jugular. However, it seems Maglir has gone above and beyond and already felled the foul foe. Searching said Bosma, it should also be noted his name is Ned Helfin, which is, of course, a very Valenwood-esque name, though it is strange to see the developers took the time to name these bandits individually, which generally does not occur. Searching the bandit's second small campsite, we find a stone cup. However, this clearly is a plain and forgotten mug and not the ornate heirloom that Newheim spoke of. Heading deeper into the northeastern section of the cavernous mineshaft, it opens up into more of a cave-like structure.
Huh? Where did you go? Come out when I can see you!
And then we spot an angry wood elf bowman inside the quarry.
Die, cur! What's the matter? Getting tired?
And Maglir, again to our surprise, has no hesitation on taking him on. With an arrow that seems to pierce the bowman's heart, we move closer to Singair, extracting the valuables from his remains, and find Maglir pops up. Hardier than we expected. Heading down inside the campsite, we begin to look around and see on a far table a shepherd's pie. To our right, an ornate flagon. This surely is Newheim's heirloom. And so we extract it in our quest updates. I have found Newheim the Portly's flagon. I should return it to him. That part of our quest successful. We then begin to search the further northwestern room of the cave and see a final bandit that lies in wait.
What's that?
And Maglir rushes in to engage.
Must have been the wind. I've fought mud crabs more fearsome than you. Die!
Although the elf is momentarily knocked out, it gives us time to loose an arrow from a safe distance and quell the bandit infestation. Our journal then updates. Maglir and I have succeeded in clearing Hrota cave of all of the thieves living there. I should return to Azzan for payment of the contract. Although a decent combatant, Maglir lets us know he's had enough of the cave.
We're done here. Let's go get paid.
You know what, Maglir? You did all right. I owe you a drink.
It's tavern time.
Returning to the Fighters Guild Hall, we find Azzan in the crew quarters. Any questions?
You and Maglir need to catch those thieves.
They say that when...
So have you taken care of those thieves yet?
Yeah, we cleared the thieves out of that den. Maglir did okay too.
Cleared them out, did you? Good work, you two. I see big things for you with the guild. Here's your payment.
With our quest complete, we then receive a leveled amount of gold and 1 fame point. We can then ask, so, I'm ready for another contract.
I don't have anything for anyone in your rank. Check with Burrs, Grokash, and Shadenhall. He might have something.
Oh.
Goodbye.
It's you.
How are you?
Maglir, apparently paid, has nothing to say to us.
I heard that Velwyn...
Perhaps annoyed that every second we spend together is time away from the tavern. Heading to the Count's Arms, we can then hear the local Imperials spreading rumors of our success.
Did you hear about the pair of green recruits that cleaned out a den of thieves near Anvil? The rookies took care of all the thieves. How many was it? 7? 8? Both the new Fighters Guild recruits got back alive. It's a good start.
For our second part of the quest, we then make our way closer to the Count's Arms and see across the street Newheim the Portly's residence. Once inside, we look around and see a tan cup in his sitting room. To the room to our right, we see more beer and less ornate mugs. Heading upstairs into his sleeping quarters, we awaken the sizable Nord, and he questions.
For the love of Azura, can't a man have a bit of privacy? Get out of here. What?
Well, you're not going to want to kick me out. I found your cup.
Ah, you've got it. Thank the gods. Finally, my mead will stay cold and won't taste like goblin piss. Take these, and my thanks. Farewell.
We then receive 3 of Newheim's special brew, which drains intelligence and willpower like a lot of other intoxicants in Oblivion. However, restores fatigue 10 points on self, fortified strength 10 points for 60 seconds, and personality 10 points for 60 seconds. Not a bad drop. Newheim then immediately begins drinking out of it, or whatever animation that he can muster. We then state, I see you're lacking that cup.
I'm warning you, get out or I'll call the guards.
However, our welcome wears out quickly. In fact, if we loiter, we can see the portly man dart out of his house. And surprisingly, is nimble on his feet for his size as he goes to find a guard to complain to. Exiting Anvil before we find ourselves under arrest, we decide it's time to head to Shadenhall and our next contract. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to support the channel in a more personal way, consider checking out our Patreon, linked on the screen. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, Traveller.